Good morning, Bitcoin. Today is Sunday, July 23rd, 2017. My name is Thomas Hunt, and here's what's happening today in Bitcoin. First, a check of the current signaling. SegWit is signaling at 97.9%, with 2.1% signaling for other. BIP91 has been locked in and is now active on the network. Non-SegWit blocks will now be rejected. Meanwhile, the price of Bitcoin in the last 24 hours was down 0.1%, with a last of 27.79, a high of 28.53, and a low of 26.87. Our top story tonight, ViaBTC's BTC market for BitcoinCash fails to gain traction so far, and it will never gain traction. Basically, ViaBTC has taken a hold of the UAHF, an attack that we expected to be used by Bitmain. The UAHF was a response to the UASF, where they would just hard fork and create their own Bitcoin with their own rules. And again, anyone can do this at any time. Anyone can copy Bitcoin, make their own copy, put a couple of miners on it and say it's a thing. BTC has gone one step further, creating their own futures market that they created, that they now say exists. Own risk. Meanwhile, other stories. Loading. My internet today is fantastic. What Coinbase's Cuba problem says about the Bitcoin business. Coinbase loves to offer Bitcoin everywhere and then take it away. As Donald Trump has changed the United States' relationship with Cuba, making it worse, as he does with most things, so has Coinbase. Customers in Cuba have recently been cut off and given no option to withdraw their Bitcoin, thanks to Coinbase. It's very unfortunate because a lot of the things that we say about Bitcoin, how you own it and how it's yours, are not true when you own your Bitcoin on an exchange like Coinbase. It's a very difficult lesson that a lot of people in Cuba are learning right now. And finally, South Korea officially legalizes Bitcoin, creating a huge market for Bitcoin trading. More good news for Bitcoin as the ruling Democratic Party of Korea ruled that they are ready to regulate Bitcoin. Basically, it's the same thing we've seen in the past, KYC, a little bit of taxes. But remember, Bitcoin was always working in your country, even before you regulated it. One must wonder who regulated who. Thanks to everybody for watching. We've got 127 viewers. If everyone could give us a thumbs up and a share. We're also joined by Jimmy Song. Jimmy, how's it going? What's going on in Bitcoin?
Well, the BitcoinCash thing kind of caught me off guard yesterday. I didn't really take it seriously. There were people tweeting at me, but I was busy and sort of on the road. I really got to take a look at it last night, and yeah, it looks like ViaBTC in particular is putting a lot of resources behind it. They have a pool running that will mine BitcoinCash after August 1st. They have a futures market, which is currently trading at 3,500 yuan per BCC, which is roughly equivalent to about $500 per BCC. Unfortunately, in order to do that trade, you have to put your Bitcoins on there, split it, and then trade it.
Again, to repeat, the only way to make that trade is to trust ViaBTC, the people who made the hard fork, the people who made the mining pool, the people who made the futures market with your funds.
Right. I think it's known somewhat that ViaBTC has been funded by Bitmain. So, take that as you will. There are a bunch of people that are thinking of it as sort of like free money. They're putting their money there and trading all their BCC for BTC to increase their stash. Just checking on our BTC forums, pretty much every post there is about BCC. So this tells me that it has at least some people that want it to happen, at least. I don't know if it actually will, but
it's certainly not possible that those posts are AstroTurf paid for by the same people that paid for all the Bitcoin Unlimited posts. They could be paid actors, right?
I mean, I have no idea what like who's paying for what on Reddit. it's very obviously pretty easy to manipulate, given you know, like you can Sybil attack pretty much anything on Reddit and Twitter for that matter. And this is why I like having a blockchain and, you know, being able to put money behind it is kind of nice. Now, you might not trust the statistics from ViaBTC, but according to them, the 24-hour volume for BCC is about 5,500 Bitcoins, which is roughly $15 million. So something to think about. Yeah, and you know, at one point I think it hit about a $9 billion market cap. I mean, according to those statistics, but who knows if it's accurate or not.
And this is a totally unregulated market. They could be taking the money, moving it in, moving it out. We have no idea what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, and Chinese exchanges have been known to inflate their numbers a little bit in the past. So take all that with a grain of salt. Just something to think about. I will note that if this hard fork does go through, that it is in your interest to get your money out of all the exchanges, because you will want to either sell or buy more of this stuff. In general, keeping your Bitcoins on exchanges is not a good idea. And in particular, Coinbase has stated that, you know, they may not honor any of the Bitcoin Cash are entitled to. So one way or the other, you may be losing money if you keep it on exchanges. I'm certain a lot of exchanges are not prepared for this. And given that they have such a short time window to prepare, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of screw ups in this area. So if you have Trezor, if you have a wallet like Armory or something like that, just get the coins off. Most likely, as long as you control your own private key, you will be able to transfer Bitcoin Cash if it happens.
All right, we're also joined by Tone Vase for a check on today's markets. How's it going, Tone?
Hey guys, it's going great. Quick comment. I don't believe the Chinese. I never believe their volume. To me, this is absolutely no different than the volume on the Chinese exchanges. I think you have to be absolutely crazy to give your Bitcoin to ViaBTC, because a likely probability, I think that they will exit scam and like take your Bitcoin, and then ViaBTC will disappear. If it is like what people suspect, is just an arm of Bitmain so that they can split their pool, ViaBTC can just disappear one night. That hash power goes back to Bitmain and your Bitcoin's gone. So I don't believe for a second that hard fork coins, they're worth $500 a coin. They're going to be worthless. It's going to be like clams. That's absolutely crazy. If you want to split it on your own after August 1st and then put the BCC there and then sell it for real Bitcoin and then immediately withdraw that, you have nothing to lose. But I promise you, on like 3 hours into August 1st, that BCC coin is going to be worth like not even $1 each. I'm giving that absolutely, like, I'm not worried. And neither is the market, by the way. So here's the weekly candle, where today, as long as we're closed above 2,500, the weekly chart goes into neutral mode. And then the moment we get a higher high on Monday or Tuesday, it doesn't matter. The moment we get a higher high next week, breaking 938, Bitcoin becomes a buy on the long-term scale. On the daily scale, this is basically looks like a flag pattern to me, and I'll probably tweet that out later, where you have this pole and then you have this flag, and then chances are you're going to get one more pole about the size as this candle right here at number 3. So what I'm looking for is sometime in the next couple of days, when people completely stop worrying about this BCC coin and the price jumps above 3,000, I'm really expecting like a $500 pop in Bitcoin straight up to 3,500. So I am pretty bullish. Hopefully this happens within the next 3 days so that you get this like 9 candle, because we're already on a 6. So according to this one particular indicator, we only have 3 more days before a potential 1 to 3 day correction, and then we go higher. So I'm still fairly bullish. And you saw the price drop the moment all this ViaBTC news came out. Like I don't understand people. It's so obvious that the market reacts negatively to any kind of hard fork. to any kind of delay of SegWit. And don't forget, ViaBTC was also the first pool that publicly came out demeaning segregated witness and talking about how bad it is. So why on earth would you give them your coins now that the activation of segregated witness has doubled the value of your coins almost? And why would you give it to the one entity that was most against SegWit than anybody else? It just seems silly to me to just chase that extra dollar. The risk of losing all of your Bitcoin is just way too high. All right, back to you, Thomas.
Thanks, Tone, for that report. I agree. And we're about out of time for today, but thanks for everyone for your support on our Patreon. We've had a lot of new members, and we've also had a lot of donations at our Bitcoin address here. If you want to pause the show, you can go ahead and donate. But we're out of time for today, and we'll be back tomorrow at around the same time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.